On Saturday afternoon, Tom and Huck went back to the haunted house with some tools. They dug a deep hole, but they found nothing, no gold or silver at all. Tom said, "If we give up, we fail. Let's try one more time in another spot." Huck said, "We will be digging all summer." Tom said, "We should dig a few more feet in this hole. I've heard that sometimes people stop digging when they've almost found the box of gold, and then somebody else digs a little deeper and finds the money." The two boys dug for another half an hour. They didn't find anything, but they were happy that they had done everything possible. They picked up their tools and walked down the hill. When they arrived at the old house where no one lived, they were afraid to go in at first. They looked in and saw a room with a dirt floor. There was an old fireplace and windows were all broken, and there was dust and spider webs everywhere. They entered the house slowly without talking. They were ready to run if they heard any noise. They began to look around the room. They found stairs leading to a room above them. Feeling very brave now, they climbed up the stairs to see what was in the room. All they could see were some old clothes in one corner and an empty closet. "I don't like it here, Tom," Huck said. "Let's go back down." "Be quiet." Tom was looking out the window. His voice was shaking. "What? What is it?" "We can't move." "Let's get out of here," Huck said. "Run." "No," Tom said. "It's too late. They're coming toward the door." The boys laid down and watched through holes in the floor as two men entered the house. One man, whom they had seen in the village, had long white hair and a white beard. He could neither speak nor hear. The other man was a stranger. He was wearing old clothes and had an ugly, unpleasant face. He was talking as the two men came into the house. "No," the stranger was saying, "I have been thinking about it." "Fool," said the man who people believed was unable to hear or speak. "You're afraid, aren't you?" His voice made the boys shake with fear. It was Indian Joe. "We weren't caught before," Indian Joe said. "But that was different," the stranger said. "This time they will catch and hang us." Indian Joe said, "I wanted to leave yesterday, but those boys were playing up on the hill. They would have seen us." He meant Huck and Tom. What would have happened if they had come to this house yesterday? Tom wished they had never come here. The two men sat down on the ground with their backs against the wall. "When it gets dark," Indian Joe said, "you go home and wait for me. We'll go to the village and do the job we planned, and then we'll run far away. Right now, I need to sleep. You watch and listen in case anybody comes looking for us." Indian Joe fell asleep. It was very quiet, and soon the stranger was sleeping too. "Let's go now," Tom said. "I can't," Huck said. "If they wake up, we'll be killed." "We have to try," Tom said. He took a few steps, but the old floor made so much noise that he had to stop. Time passed slowly. The sun went down. Indian Joe woke up. "Were you sleeping too?" He hit the stranger on the head. "You fool! What if somebody came? It's almost time for us to go. We should hide the money somewhere. 600 silver dollars are too heavy to carry." "Where shall we put the money?" the stranger asked. "We can put it in the ground. Maybe we can bury it under the floor if we dig a deep hole." The stranger agreed. He went to the fireplace, lifted a stone, and took out a big bag of money. The boys almost forgot their fears. $600 would make them both rich, and they knew where Indian Joe was putting it. Indian Joe went to a corner of the house and began digging with his knife. Soon his knife struck something hard. "Well, look at this," he said. "What is it?" the stranger asked. "It's an old box," Indian Joe said. "Help me lift it out." "Oh no, I broke it open." He reached his hand into it and brought out a handful of coins. It was gold. Indian Joe found the gardening tools that the boys had been using. Huck and Tom had put them in the corner when they came into the house. "I don't remember seeing these here before." The boys became afraid again, but Indian Joe soon became excited about digging up the box and forgot about where the tools came from. The two men quickly dug up the box and lifted it out of the hole. Indian Joe let the coins run through his fingers. His eyes were shining. "There must be thousands of dollars in here," he said. "There's enough money here, so we don't need to do that other job," said the stranger. "You don't understand," Indian Joe said. "I'm not doing that for money. Wrong was done to me, and I'm going to make them pay for it." He laughed. "But I don't want their money, and money won't help them." "What should we do with this money?" the stranger asked. "Should we bury it here too?" "That's a good idea," Indian Joe said. He picked up one of the shovels and was going to begin digging when he saw something on the tool. "What's this? There's fresh dirt on this shovel. Where did these tools come from?" He looked around the room. "Somebody has been here. Maybe they're still here. Maybe they're upstairs." He picked up his knife and started walking toward the stairs. The two boys were terrified. Where could they go? Indian Joe took one step, then another. The boys could not move at all. Suddenly, there was the sound of breaking wood, and Joe fell to the ground. "Nobody's up there," the stranger said. "They saw us coming and ran away. They probably thought we were ghosts or devils." "That might be true," said Indian Joe as he got up from the ground. "But the money isn't safe here. We'll have to hide it someplace else. Let's take it to number 2. The two men left the house carrying their bags of 600 silver dollars and the box of gold. Tom and Huck watched them leave, but did not follow. They were happy just to leave the house alive. "That was a lot of money," Huck said. "I wonder where they're taking it." "Me too," Tom said. Then he had a horrible thought. "Huck," he said, "Indian Joe said that he would pay wrong with wrong. Do you think he was talking about us?" Feeling suddenly very weak, Huck almost fell to the ground.